Before we begin the ceremony, I would like to welcome and recognize our Superintendent of Schools, Mr. Clemenson, Assistant Superintendent for Curriculum, Denise Sullivan, Assistant Superintendent for Student Services, Mark Pagano, High School Principal, Mr. Richard, High School Assistant Principal, Mr. Ferraro, faculty, parents, and students. Welcome to the 2019 National Honor Society Induction Ceremony. We are gathered here today to formally recognize those students who have earned their position to soon be inducted as new members of our NHS chapter. According to the selection procedures outlined in the Honor Society Handbook, the voting members of the Faculty Council select students who demonstrate outstanding performance in all 4 criteria of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. The students seated before you not only meet but exceed these expectations. Voting members of the Faculty Council Selection Committee go to great lengths to maintain the integrity of this national organization by choosing students who excel in all areas. These students are to be commended for their hard work in the HB community. On behalf of the faculty here at Hampton Bays High School, I proudly present the most elite and prestigious representatives from our Hampton Bays schools. Furthermore, I ask all NHS members to continue to exemplify these qualities in their daily lives and to carry on as role models to their peers. It is at this time that we proclaim to all in attendance that membership in the Hampton Bays chapter of the National Honor Society has been earned by these candidates through the effective demonstration of the 4 qualities that serve as standards for the society. Members of the chapter will now review these qualities for the candidates. We begin with scholarship presented by Junior Sky McMorris and Class of 2019 valedictorian Christina Colton.
Scholarship denotes a commitment to learning. A student is willing to spend hours in reading and study, knowing the lasting benefits of a cultivated mind. We should continue to learn even when formal education has ended, for human education ends only with the end of life. Knowledge is one great element in life, which leads to the highest success, and it can be acquired in only one way, through diligence and effort. Learning furnishes the lamp by which we read the past, the torch guiding us to understand the present, and the light that illuminates the future. Candidates have the charge to continually expand their world through the opportunities inherent in scholarship.
In this day and age, when most people think about scholarship, they think about a list of chores, mounds of homework, a boring English assignment, time taken away from you, stopping you from doing what you want. What people need to realize, now more than ever, is that scholarship means power. The power of knowledge spreads into all domains of life, culture, and society. Power to be aware of your surroundings. Power to earn a well-paying job and live a comfortable life. Power to use your voice. Power to achieve your goals. And finally, most importantly, power to live up to your highest potential. Committing yourselves to learning will never prove you wrong. It can only give you more opportunities to succeed and live your best life. The habits that students acquire by committing themselves to scholarship are just as great. By practicing scholarship, students can learn the values such as hard work, discipline, and perseverance, which they can use in all facets of their lives. The benefits of scholarship are endless, and it starts here. High school is the very place that cultivates the virtue of scholarship. As I close this speech to commemorate scholarship, there are a few things that I'd love to give the next round of seniors, the people we are honoring here tonight. Work hard and create goals to push yourselves academically. You are capable of more than you know. Never doubt the weight that education holds. And finally, never give up on the power that is scholarship.
And at this time, scholarship will light the candles. Thank you, ladies. I now invite Sarah O. from the juniors and senior salutatorian Ava Bianchi up to speak about leadership.
Leadership should exert a wholesome influence on the school. In taking initiative in the classroom and in school activities, the real leader strives to train and aid others to reach their common goals of success. The price of leadership is sacrifice, the willingness to yield one's personal interest for the interests of others. A leader has self-confidence and will go forward when others hesitate. No matter what power and resources may exist in a school, community, or nation, they are ineffectual without the guidance of a wise leader. Leadership is always needed, thus to lead in a meaningful and substantive charge to each of our members.
Ralph Waldo Emerson once said, "Do not follow where the path may lead. Go instead where there is no path and leave a trail." I believe that this quote captures the essence of leadership, a word that holds so much meaning, especially in recent years. More and more youths are being encouraged to venture far from the status quo and instead create something of their own. Never before have uniqueness and variety been as sought after as they are in the present day. We are in the age of leadership, and we are all very lucky to be in the presence of the great leaders right here on this stage. To be a leader is not easy. It requires a high sense of self, something that is not as developed in all high schoolers. Not many youths know themselves enough to be adequately able to inspire changes in each other. In addition to this, not many youths can unify others under a common cause or motion. Furthermore, a leader must also exude confidence, empathy, strength, and determination. Leaders do not give up and do not fear the unknown. These multifaceted human beings are the innovators who are responsible for stimulating global change. However, I believe the best aspect of being a leader is witnessing the effects of your actions. Creating your own path is rewarding and kind of addicting. Each time others benefit from what you formulate, it motivates you to keep moving in a direction that is true to yourself, and it enlivens others as a result. At the end of the day, I believe that the right use of leadership will lead to a truly fulfilling life. Being a leader is a true privilege. Not everyone possesses these valuable traits. I hope the inductees of this class take pride in their abilities and use them to start making changes starting today.
Ava and Sarah will now explain our leadership anthem. Gabrielle Cade and Domenico Penza III will continue the service.
My office is service. Service can be established in the routine of the day's work where many opportunities arise to help others, both at school and in the community. A willingness to work for the benefit of those in need without monetary compensation or public recognition is the quality we seek in our membership and promote for the entire student body. We are committed to volunteering our time and talents to the creation of a better tomorrow.
I'd like to begin by congratulating all the new inductees on this great honor. Service is defined by the National Honor Society as an inclination to work for the benefit of those in need without compensation or recognition. Many high school students see service as a chore, just another task they have to complete so they can graduate and move on with their lives. If someone assumes community service just so they can get credit without regard for those who benefit or any consideration for the experiences they receive, they may as well not even bother. When a student carries out an act of service, they can experience the look of gratitude on a person's face, having brightened their day by doing something that, to themselves, may have seemed insignificant. They will see relief, as they have just saved a person from a tough situation, even if they didn't realize they were doing something so impactful. They will see appreciation as they begin to understand that they have genuinely changed a person's life for the better. This feeling is enough to bring about new values and a dedication to service that may not have been there before. This is why everyone should carry out service. The inductees of the National Honor Society have already developed these values and a willingness to serve others, and they demonstrate it every time they perform another service activity. These students have not simply completed the minimum number of required hours because they were forced to do so. They have gone above and beyond what was required of them because they hold this willingness to serve in their hearts. These students understand the massive impact that service can have on another person, regardless of how inconsequential any given task may have appeared. They also have the ability to set an example for their peers as leaders of their class, and they inspire others to take control of their world and create a better future. By demonstrating their inclination to work for the benefit of others, even if they were not required to do so, they are the leaders who are already contributing to a better world, and they will be proud when they see how they've inspired others to contribute and how their service has paid off in the future.
And now our service candle will be lit. Thank you so much. We will finish with character as addressed by Riley Stopsky and Sarah Fassino.
Character is the force within the individual that distinguishes each person from others. It creates for each of us our individuality, our goodness. It is that without which no one can respect oneself nor hope to attain the respect of others. It is the force of character that guides one throughout life, and once developed, grows steadily within. Character is achieved and not received. It is the product of constant thought and action, the daily striving to make the right choice. The problem of character is the problem of self-control. We must be in reality what we wish to appear to others, to be rather than to seem. By demonstrating the qualities of respect, responsibility, trustworthiness, fairness, caring, and citizenship, we may hope to prove by example that we value character.
Character is one of those qualities that tells a story. It paints the picture of who a person is and what they will become. It is through our actions that sincerely defines who we are and builds our genuine character. The inductees behind me represent all of what good character stands for. Although all unique, they share the core qualities that make up their character: respect, trust, generosity, and compassion. Their hard work and perseverance got them to where they are today. As a senior in high school, I've come across struggles and worked hard through them. Like me, these inductees have made mistakes, all of which shape our character. It's okay to make mistakes, for it is how we react to our failures, not how we make them, that truly defines our character. To take with you, always be kind to others. Do not hesitate to assist those in need, even if it's holding a door for someone. These small acts of kindness can change the world. You are the role models for those around you, so stay true to yourself. Embody the righteous character you all have. Theodore Roosevelt once said, "Character in the long run is the decisive factor in life of an individual and nations alike." This is who you are, outstanding and special individuals. Special individuals who define what character is. Congratulations to all our new members of the National Honor Society.
And finally, our character candle lit. Thank you, girls. At this time, I'd like to ask Mr. Richard and Mr. Clemenson to join me in recognizing current NHS members for their service to the Hampton-based community. These current members will receive pins that you can wear on graduation day.
Okay, good evening and once again welcome. can't see all of you from my angle here, but I do just want to recognize the senior members of the National Honor Society. All of you have made us proud, and you have been models of good character and leadership and scholarship and service from the moment you arrived here at Hampton Bays High School. And I know you were just inducted last year, and you're receiving your pins from Mr. Clemmenson now, but on behalf of a very proud school community, I want to offer one last congratulations to all of you. So we'll begin with the awarding of pins, and we'll begin with Patch 1, eye patch. Mecca Brooks. Nicole, come on. Nicole, come on. Christopher Galata. Bridget Hughes. Melanie Nieves. Patricio Pula. Riley Tupper. Jared Strucker. Sarah Facino. Domenico Pensa. Eva Bianchi. And Christina Colton. Okay, thank you, Mr. Clemmenson, and congratulations to all of our current members. I would like to begin with a sincere congratulations to our new inductees and senior National Honor Society members for earning this honor. I would also like to thank the parents and family here this evening, as it is the love, guidance, and support given to these exceptional students that make our work here at Hampton Bays High School special. I must also thank our Faculty Council and National Honor Society Advisor, Ms. Drohan, for carefully reviewing student applications and for upholding the standards of this highly prestigious organization that is now 97 years old. As educators, we are the beneficiaries of some incredible talents and the brilliant minds that are committed to learning. You are our leaders, our change agents, our models for a new generation of students beginning their high school careers. I know you don't need a lecture about the pillars of leadership, service, character, and scholarship, as these are now traits that are fully ingrained into who you are as individuals. The challenge of an induction pales in comparison to what lies before you. This evening is really another call to action, a call for you to better yourselves, to serve your community, and to apply your academic skills to better your chosen profession and hopefully the world. Which by the way, needs problem solvers more than ever. Please remember that this is your charge as a National Honor Society member. This evening, you join some impressive ranks that include past presidents, astronauts, groundbreaking inventors, scientists, and more. I can only hope that the Hampton-based chapter of the National Honor Society story includes some of the very special accomplishments that all of you will bring in the years to come. In closing, I want all of you to know that Mr. Ferraro, the entire high school faculty, and I are exceptionally proud of everything you've accomplished. And we look forward to celebrating all of your success in the future. So congratulations. At this time, I would like to invite our superintendent of schools, Mr. Clementson, back up to the stage for some congratulatory remarks.
Good evening. Congratulations to each of you. Congratulations to this group that just last year was over there. Your next stop is the commencement tent out on the lawn in just a few months. It goes quickly. It goes really quickly. Just a week ago, we were at the middle school for the National Junior Honor Society induction. Raise your hand if you were a Junior Honor Society member in middle school. The standards are still the same. The reason these young men and women are on stage are still the same. The difference is we do an electric candle down at the middle school, so we don't burn the place down. We've graduated to real flames. But the standard, the foundation of who your sons and daughters or grandchildren or special people on stage are hasn't changed and has only solidified. I bring the good wishes of the Board of Education, our district administration, and leadership team represented tonight by Mr. Sullivan and Mr. Pagano, and the entire faculty and staff of the Hampton-based school district. Because your story started in kindergarten, and this is a pinnacle in the year for us. It's the time of the year where we start our annual celebrations, performances, recognitions, whether this stage is filled like it was this weekend with dancing and singing thespians, or the crack of the bat is heard on the field, or students are down in the tech room at the middle school tinkering with a robot. We are among tonight some of the most positive, productive, special people in the school district. And even the testing season that's coming is an exciting thing. And our AP students are feeling it now more than anyone, because that's an opportunity to show a year's worth, a career's worth of hard work and learning. But tonight's a slightly different kind of positive, because it's not a production, or it's not a championship softball game, or an exam. We're recognizing a lifetime of construction, 16 years of careful construction, brick by brick, experience by experience. That's what's gotten these young men and women a seat on this stage tonight. It wasn't just one compelling essay or an all-night study session. It was a life built, as you heard our senior speakers talk about tonight, that shows character, scholarship, service, leadership. It took time and dedication, and like Sarah said in her essay, there's a lot of stories on this stage, not just of character, but great stories of achievement and great stories of great kids. And so tonight we're going to induct 12 fantastic kids into the premier honorary organization in our nation. As Mr. Richard said, these include statesmen and stateswomen, thespians, doctors, researchers, businessmen and women, academics, teachers, and these young men and women will join those ranks. We're so proud of what you've accomplished, inductees and seniors. We're proud of the responsibility that you've taken on the selfless acts of kindness and service that you give to others. And as proud as we are tonight, and as much as we beam for what these men and women have done, we look ahead to where you're going. This side of the stage is fretting and worrying about what's next. That side of the stage is getting in the car and checking out some great colleges and starting to think about that. And so of course we are focused on that. But in the time that you have here at Hampton Bays, we look forward to seeing what you will do with this honor. How you'll use this milestone to continue shaping your story here, to quote Sarah, to make Hampton Bays better and to make your own lives and those around you better. It's a celebration of tremendous hard work, accomplishment, but as was mentioned by Christina, a life of potential and a celebration of your potential. So I close tonight by wishing you all the very best in the final days of the school year. It's April 2nd, the final days. Thank you for your contributions to your school, to your families, to this Hampton Bays community. You are a positive representation of what the National Honor Society and the Hampton Bays Public Schools is all about. Parents and family members, thank you. I know that you're proud. Tonight's a moment to celebrate in the hustle and bustle of our busy lives and going here and there. Take the time to relax and smile and celebrate this wonderful achievement. Certainly a thanks to Ms. Strohan, our National Honor Society advisor, and the Faculty Council, because they take this process and this ceremony and this recognition very, very seriously. And thank you to our leadership team, Mr. Richard, Mr. Ferraro, and their colleagues in the other buildings for their leadership. Congratulations. Seniors, congratulations. Inductees tonight, congratulations on this wonderful honor. We look forward to inducting you right now.
So at this point, if I could ask the three of you to stand in the middle there. We are now going to begin with the official induction of all new members. Mr. Clemenson, Mr. Richard, and Mr. Ferraro are going to assist in the presentation of certificates and membership cards. As your name is called, please step forward onto the stage to receive your token of membership and sign the official chapter register with Christina Colton. Parents, just so that you know, before we actually start, you let the last one can stand. There will be a couple of moments where you can come up to the, right down here if you want to take a picture up close. Okay, so let's start. Elizabeth Daniels. One role model in Elizabeth's life is her dad. Her dad is an inspiration because he is a police officer and always puts others before himself. Every day he is helping and serving the community, which is something Elizabeth looks up to and tries to implement in her life. Samantha Fennelly. Samantha's inspiration is her AP biology teacher, Dr. Forsberg. Sam says that Dr. F always has a positive outlook and pushes her to try new things without fear. She has inspired Sam to seek interest in a biology field and taught her that if she works hard, only the sky is the limit. Tristan Halsey. Tristan's parents always taught him to be the difference in someone's life. They have done and continue to do mission work in Africa, providing clean water, education, and empowerment to those less fortunate. Their example has encouraged him to share the values of faith, hope, and love to others. Julia Hemming. Nellie Bly, the 19th century journalist, has served as inspiration for Julia Hemming. Because of her courage, the inhumane treatment of people in mental institutions and women who served as maids were exposed. Her bravery inspired Julia as she develops her writing so she can help people and cause societal change the way Nellie Bly did. Ian Hubbard. Ian's role model is Robert Manayan. In 2012, Robert, then age 18, moved from Australia to America to join the Star Kid Theatre Company. He did whatever he could to help them succeed. He worked hard, eventually joining them on stage. His life story demonstrates that anything is possible with enough devotion. Marissa Kennedy. role models is her best friend, Sylvia. Sylvia teaches her how to be enthusiastic and passionate in whatever she pursues. She is unafraid to be herself, which Marissa admires. She makes Marissa want to be a better friend to others and work hard for her goals. Alexandra O'Connor. Allie's role model is her middle school principal at OLH, Sister Kathy. Sister Kathy introduced and inspired Allie to the fine art of musical theater at a very early age. This inspiration has grown into Allie's passion. Sister Kathy is also an inspirational advocate for Catholic education, a topic that Allie cares very much about now more than ever. Jacob Helfand. Jacob's role model is his mother. When struggling with a visible, undiagnosed medical problem, she taught him to stand tall, persevere, even when one feels despair and hopeless with no answers in sight. She taught him that quitting was not an option, and to stay in gratitude when others support you as you persevere towards your solution. Riley Stotsky. Riley's role model is her mom. She has a strength of character that has always inspired Riley. Engaging in everything she does in life with passion and dedication has taught Riley the value of a strong work ethic and a meaningful life. She inspires Riley every day. Gabrielle Kane. Gabrielle is honored to be inducted this evening. She would like to thank her parents and siblings for their years of endless support and always challenging her to be her best self. She would also like to thank her friends for always supporting and being there for her. Sarah O. Sarah would like to thank her family for constantly being her driving force in her high school career. Without their love and support, she could not have been sitting where she is today. She would also like to thank her friends that make high school an experience she will never forget. And finally, Sky McMorris. Sky is forever thankful her mom is an example of respect, consideration, and being unafraid to speak one's mind without pushing your views onto others. In new environments, she's taught Sky not to instinctively pull out her phone or shy away from starting a conversation. She's given Sky the tools necessary to be a strong, well-rounded person. Thank you, Mr. Clemenson, Mr. Richard, and Mr. Ferraro. Congratulations to our new inductees. It is not over quite yet. I'm now going to ask Mr. Richard to come up to lead students in the Pledge of New Members.
Everyone's standing. So at this time, will the inductees please raise your right hand and repeat the pledge. I pledge to uphold the high purposes of the National Honor Society. To which I have been selected. I will be true to the principles for which it stands. And will maintain and encourage the high standards. Of scholarship, leadership, service, and character. Congratulations.
Thank you all for attending our National Honor Society induction ceremony. In just a moment, the new inductees, our current members, will recess. Please join us for a reception in the lobby. We have some cake for us to enjoy. And again, just so proud of you guys. Congratulations. This is truly a reflection of your hard work. Seniors continue to go out doing great things. Something I say in my classes to my athletes is always go out there and present the best version of yourself and you'll never be disappointed. I think tonight is a clear example of that. You've gone out, you've presented the best versions of yourselves throughout your high school career, and we're certainly not disappointed. Great job for everyone. So again, please join me once again in applauding all of our new Honor Society members. Parents, just again real quick, I forgot to mention that during the reception, we will leave the lights on, the candles, everything up here, so if you'd like to come in and out and take pictures of your sons and daughters on the stage, feel free to do so. So at this time, I'm going to ask everyone to please stand as the newest members of the National Honor Society recess.